Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. For tonight's entertainment, we have an overwhelming origin story for a character famously known for not having an origin story, sprinkled with a dash, or let's say full bottle of Scorsese, a few dabs of rotten soundtrack, and lest we forget, one Oscar bait but worthy performance from Phoenix, risen from the ashes. We're left with a delicious pie in the face named Joker. No the. Hell, you bring a the around these here parts, and I reckon you be strung up and dragged off by hyenas. Joker is an unintentional comedy, or is that what they were intending? With more awkwardly artistic dancing and posing than you ever imagined. Directed by Todd Phillips and produced by Rocket Raccoon, Joker is a great period piece set in 1981, showing Arthur Fleck's transition from a somewhat mentally unstable, failing stand-up comedian to the clown king of crime. Somewhat. Portrayed and told in such a way that makes you ask yourself, have you ever actually felt bad or sympathetic towards this character? Well, with $300 million in the box office, somewhat answers that question for me, making Joker the feel-good movie of the year. No. This isn't just another classic fairy tale or a story retold in the eyes of the villain or slash misunderstood hero story cash grab that the rest of Hollywood has a boner for, like Maleficent, Venom, Taxi Driver, or the King of Comedy. Wait, those last two sound awfully familiar. I wonder why. Pearls Will Fly, as a crazed culture icon known for his insanity, anarchy, and murder, is now a poster boy for mental health issues and the results of name-calling, ignorance, withdrawal, and compassion. Even to a point to where people started storming out of the theaters or protesting that it be stripped out of the theaters due to its R rating and violence, which is why it's an R rating. Unbelievable. What's even more so was the score they chose. Very out of place, and not in the way the rest of the movie prevails in. But, thankfully, all is forgotten due to the one risen from the ashes that is I'm Still Here, Joaquin Phoenix. A man and or demigod that is impossible to look away from with his piercingly menacing eyes. You just can't get enough of them. And perhaps that's because, shy of maybe one or two shots, Phoenix is in every single frame of this movie. Don't get me wrong, I could be wrong, so correct me if I'm wrong. It's very subtle, but just another reason this flick is so unique. King portrays Fleck in such a way that he is more freaky and unnerving without the makeup. He really has a lot of emotion to handle. Again, mostly portrayed via his peepers, pre and post Joker transformation. Most of his dia and monologue is unspoken, yet seen through his crazy glares, smiles, and yes, laughing. He's troubled yet cute, sweet, and somewhat innocent. Then flipped to a horrifying psycho killer clown at the pull of a trigger. And my favorite, he develops his own walk and stride with a bouncy clown swag like a Juggalo Jack Sparrow. And yeah, there are other actors and characters in this movie, yes, but really, who the cares? This is Joaquin's show. So yeah, the rest are all great. Good, great. So yeah, the only comparison I have with The Dark Knight's Heath Ledger's take is both actors had such low expectations, fan upset, and even offense to show up on the set and change the world of cinema forever. Which one was better? Well, that's all interpretive. And no, it's Heath.
Is it just me? Or is it getting crazier out there?
Remember that clown epidemic in 2016? Can we bring that back, please? Cause that was fun as Tiny hints throughout the runtime were dropped that this whole story may be in Arthur's imagination, or that he is narrating these events to a therapist. Something I noticed was that most of the props, the sets in the start of the movie were dirty, and then gradually became more neat and clean by the end. Oh, and his laughing condition seems to fade once he gets all up in his get-up and face paint, constantly blurring the lines between reality and up fantasy. Or maybe it's the other way around. Here are some juicy Easter eggs I noticed right off the bat. No? Okay. The comedy club Arthur tries and, well, actually prevails in is named Pogo's, as in Pogo the Clown, referring to John Wayne Gacy's killer alter ego, along with inspiration to the Joker's new makeup design. Another is his therapist, Deborah Kane, in Arkham State Hospital, is named after Bob Kane, co-creator of the character Batman. Another was all of Robert De Niro's IMDb page, and the whole talk show scenario, plus snogging on the old lady guest on the couch, was stripped right off the page and screen from The Dark Knight Returns. This story dives deeper into the laughing condition that will later become one of Joker's main weapons. From his embarrassing and demeaning weakness, he turns it into gas. No, that makes people laugh to death. The film overall is a great character study, which results lie in the eye of the beholder. Oh, God damn it. In my eyes, see a very well thought out psycho comedy with the name Joker slapped right on the front of it, branded for the masses to flock and crank open their wallets to. And I had this theory from the very, very first trailer that this movie may be more of a troller, by stating that this movie's name is in fact Joker, but actually have nothing to do with the DC character, Batman or Gotham or nothing. Just to have us all thinking and wanting an origin story, and it's not. It's just about a psycho clown. Come on. Wouldn't that be so world-turning? And it would have even more talk and buzz about it if it was. Well, much to my disappointment and glee, it wasn't. But what it was is obvious Oscar bait, but with such an amazingly, originally unoriginal story. But should it win? Me? I diagnose this with a 7 out of 10. Do you accept him as the new or old Joker? I dare say that Phoenix plays an astounding Arthur Fleck, but hashtag, not my Joker. Let me know in the comments below if Joker should win an Oscar this year. And stay tuned, because it being this pumpkin spice time of year, I'm going double down on the clowns. It, Chapter 2 review, coming up next.